So for the third time in the last 4 weeks, the Steelers are back under the bright lights here on Prime Time Football. This time on Thursday, we've got a Thursday Night Football matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And as we closed the last episode, we said the entire AFC North came into week number 2 with a record of 1-1. Now in week 3, the Steelers and Ravens are both at 2-1, and both the Bengals and the Browns follow at 1-2. So both Ohio teams at 1-2, and then Pittsburgh and Baltimore at 2-1. However, the Steelers already beat the Ravens earlier this season, so technically Pittsburgh is already in first place of the AFC North, and we can only extend our lead here tonight against the Cleveland Browns with a victory. Of course, Deshaun Watson, there he is, still the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Both teams wearing the alternates here tonight in Cleveland, as we got Brownie the Elf, by the way, on midfield for the Cleveland Browns as well. And folks, if you haven't not yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more Madden 23 here on the channel as we get Steelers and Browns underway from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Should be a good one between both the Steelers and the Browns. Also, Miles Jack should be back, I think, in 2 weeks. But of course, for the time being, Devin Bush and Levante David will step in his absence. Here comes the starting quarterback of the Steelers, Tua Tagovailoa. So far this season, 930 yards, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions for Tua, as the Steelers have got it on a 3rd and 10 from the 37-yard line. Tua looking to his left. He's got Chris Godwin, but he misses him. All right, we're going to have to punt the ball back to Cleveland from the 3-yard line. Here comes Deshaun Watson. First snap, rolling to his left. Zimmerman around the edge. The second year end gets to Deshaun Watson, and the Steelers are going to make this a 2-0 game thanks to the safety. So Pittsburgh up top, but Tua gets the football back, and it'll get dropped immediately. Pressure getting to Tagovailoa, and sets up for a 3rd and 15. Tua looking for Pat Freiermuth. He's got him. The starting tight end for the Steelers gets down to the 40-yard line. Tua starts this game off 2 for 5. For 32 yards. Here comes the 3rd and 10, though, from the 40. Tua dropping back, looking to Najee Harris. Harris will break off a tackle, but he's brought down at the 37-yard line. So it will be a long field goal for our kicker, Justin Tucker. 54 yards, but thing is, 17-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, my goodness. Not even Tucker can handle that. So Cleveland gets it back, only down by 2, and they'll feed Nick Chubb. Only the second play of this game on offense for Cleveland, and it'll be a big run right there for Chubb. Down into Pittsburgh territory, now down to the 28-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Watson from under center, looking to throw. Scrambling, goes cross body, gets it off to his receiver, Amari Cooper, down to the 1-yard line. That is Deshaun's first completion of the day, and now a second goal counter going to Chubb, but TJ Watt is all over it. It'll be a 3rd and goal for the Browns from the 4. Watson looking to throw to his right. Deshaun scrambling. TJ Watt gets to him again. Shoestring tackle for Watt, and he gets hurt on the play. I think the injury was a PCL sprain, if I'm not mistaken. So Watt's out for the game. Cleveland hits the field goal. It's 3-2 for the Browns. They're up by 1 here in the first quarter. We'll get the football back and give it to Najee Harris. Had a bad game last week in Miami, but already Najee with 5 carries for 23 yards, probably more yards than he had in the entire week. In our game in Miami, 3rd and 5, though, Tua's going to find Eric Gilbert up the middle. The tight ends making contributions early, of course, talking about Gilbert and Freiermuth. Pittsburgh's down to the 34-yard line now, 3rd and 9, though, from the 32. Tagovailoa dropping back, looking to throw over the middle. Ball is tipped and incomplete. So we get into that same predicament. 49-yard field goal for Justin Tucker. Wind blowing. It's good. Tucker finds a way to push it through. 5-3 is now our score for Pittsburgh. Up by 2 with 12 seconds left, and Deshaun is sacked again for the second time in this game. Pittsburgh will get to Watson, and we will end the first quarter with the Steelers up by 2. Our score, 5-3. So the Browns face a 3rd and long to start the second quarter, make it a 3rd and 14. Watson out the gun. He's got time in the pocket all day to sit, think. Watson scrambling, and he will slide down short of the 30-yard line. He'll only pick up a few. It'll be a 4th and 7 for Cleveland as they'll punt it back to the Steelers offense. Tua again handed off on a 1st and 10 to Najee Harris. Big run right there for a gain of 15 down to the 47-yard line. Again, Najee 8 carries, 44 yards, 1st and 10. Keep it on the ground, go back to Harris, up the middle. Najee for another 1st down to the 41, and now 9 carries for 56 yards. We'll keep it on the ground once more for a 2nd and 10. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, because Najee Harris running the football really effectively right now for the Steelers offense. It'll be a 3rd and 1 from the 32-yard line. We go back to the ground, and Najee is stuffed. Harris going backwards, he'll lose a yard. It'll be a 4th and 2 for Pittsburgh, keeping the offense on the field. Empty gun look, Tagovailoa over the middle. He's got Jalen Waddle on the slant route. Waddle's first grab of the game goes down to the 19-yard line. He'll keep the Steelers' drive alive. Down to the 19, halfback draw on a 2nd and 10. Najee with the carry, runs over 2 men. Down to the 9. 3rd and 1 again for the Steelers. We bring in the extra personnel for Najee. He'll get it. First down to the 8. 2nd and goal for the Steelers from that 8-yard line. Tua play action fake, scrambling to his left. He'll dump it off in the flats to Eric Gilbert, and Gilbert's in the end zone. And the Pittsburgh Steelers extend their lead here in Cleveland. Currently up by 8, they'll be up by 9 pending the PAT, which of course with the wind you never know. Tucker hits it though, 9-point lead here for the Browns. Watson back with it on a 1st and 10, he'll pump, look to his left and find his tight end in David Njoku for a first down to the 49-yard line. Here comes Deshaun again in the gun, in the pocket, scrambling, taking a shot downfield, looking for Nick Chubb, and it's picked. Jamel Dean with the interception takes one away from the Browns, and Dean, gonna almost juke out a lineman, but the Steelers will not have it from the 45-yard line thanks to Jamel Dean's interception. 1st and 10 with 3:15 left to go in the quarter, and I mean, my goodness. Tua does the play action fake, and immediately Owasu Karmoa is right on him. It'll be a 3rd and 20 now for the Steelers offense from the 35. Tua taking a shot to his left. Wow. How you give that up in coverage, I do not know. But Tagovailoa to Godwin to the 43-yard line. It continues the Steelers' drive after they convert on a 3rd and 20. And now Tua going to find Waddle for again 14 down to the 29. But now it's a 3rd and 12 from the 32-yard line. A minute left here in the half. Tua looks over the top to Chris Godwin. Ball is incomplete, and here comes a 49-yard field goal for Tucker. He hit one earlier, but the wind's off. Tucker's no good. I mean, it's very rare you see Justin Tucker miss 2 field goals in a game, but in conditions like this, what can you say? Oh my goodness, though, Jamel Dean with another pick. Dean with an interception takes one away with 49 seconds. Unfortunately for the Steelers, they cannot produce anything out of that interception for Dean. We proceeded to go 3 and out, but still Jamel Dean with 2 interceptions of Deshaun Watson sends us into the 3rd quarter up by 9. 12-3 is our score. So the Browns have worked the ball all the way down to the 41-yard line here early in this 3rd quarter. It's a 3rd and 4 for Deshaun. Looking over the middle. Oh my goodness, Devin Bush, what a pick. Wow. Takes one away from David Njoku. He was playing the slot receiver, but Bush at the last second picks it off from Watson. The Steelers defense has intercepted Deshaun 3 times in this game, and on the slant route right there on a 2nd and 16, Tagovailoa will find Godwin, and Chris Godwin will get the Steelers all the way down to Browns territory to the 45-yard line. Here comes a 1st and 10 to a handoff. Najee up the middle, get out his way. Harris staying on his feet, a big gain right there of 12. Down to the 33-yard line. Look at Najee go. 1st and 10 for Tua. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Scrambling to his left. Tagovailoa will set his feet. Oh my goodness. I forgot. Okay. See. Jalen Waddle's the one receiver right there that's not open. And of course, the buttons disappear. I thought the crossing route was square. Apparently he wasn't. He must have been triangle. But I thought the crossing route was square. My bad. Because X was Frymuth, who was open too. It was just the one guess I couldn't have taken. Anyways, we're going to go out and get a stop. We'll stop Deshaun in the offense on the other side, and we'll get it right back, and we'll just work the ball downfield. So Deshaun turns it over, and Tua will find Chris Godwin over the middle down to the 49-yard line. It'll now be a 2nd and 6 for the Steelers. Same play, basically just flipped. Tagovailoa going to look, and he'll dump it off to Najee Harris. Harris got enough for the first down and more after a pickup of 8 down to the 39. But here comes a 3rd and 7. You never know how the field goals are going to work, so try to get this. Tua, yes he will. On the Texas route, he'll find Najee Harris down to the 15, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. Pittsburgh still up by 9. Same score, 12-3, as we go into the final quarter of the 4th. 2nd and 7 for Pittsburgh from the 12-yard line. Tua handoff. Najee Harris follows his blocks, and he will get down to the 1-yard line. 110 yards in the day for Najee Harris. But now we've been backed up to the 4 after Najee loses 3, so a 2nd and goal. Tua steps up looking to run. He's in there. Tua Tagovailoa rushes in for that touchdown. Pittsburgh up by 15. We'll go for 2 to try to really put this game away because make it a 17-point game. Game's probably over with only 8 minutes to go, and that's what we're going to do. Najee Harris gets in, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are up 20-3. That should do it, but of course we'll have to see for the remainder of this game. It will be a 1st and 10 for the Browns from the 46-yard line. Watson dropping back, scrambling, and down he goes. I mean, what a season so far, and what a start for Alex Highsmith. Feels like he's been everywhere close to the quarterback this season. It'll be a 3rd and 21 for Deshaun, immediately pressured. Look at him again. Highsmith with another sack. It'll be a 4th and 29 for the Browns. They're going to go for it from their own 35-yard line. Watson dropping back, looking to throw. Deshaun takes a shot downfield. I mean, don't test Khalil Ringo. I mean, what are you doing? He's trying for Terry McLaurin, I think. All day, we're there. We're going to get the football back. Unfortunately, we give it right back to Cleveland, though, in a 3rd and inches. I mean, okay. Yeah, Deshaun on a 3rd and inches will look for the screen to Nick Chubb. Devin Bush says, nope, gonna take it right away. We read it like a book. And that will officially do it because Devin Bush gets into the end zone. It'll now be a 27-3 game. Still a 3-score game technically, but 24 points is the advantage for Pittsburgh. The Browns will score a garbage time touchdown here, though. It will be Deshaun Watson over the middle to Amari Cooper. And they'll go for 2 for the hell of it, trying to make it a 16-point game, which they will because no one's even close to David Njoku for some stupid reason. But that's still going to do it. Pittsburgh gets the football back. We run it up for 1 first down and take kneel downs. And the Steelers are victorious here on the road in Cleveland. They'll win this one by a score of 27-11. And we, again, can preface it right now. The Steelers defense is balling. The offense is doing their job. But since that embarrassment in week 1 to the Cincinnati Bengals, the Steelers defense has gone out in 3 straight weeks and they've shut down opposing offenses. I think the defense is back and we're back in business as we will go next week to Detroit, Michigan to take on the Detroit Lions. Then we will go back home to take on the Packers in week 7, staying at home against these guys once more, Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. But of course, all the focus got to be on next week, taking on Justin Fields. Yeah, I said it. Justin Fields is the starting quarterback of the Detroit Lions. So it'll be Fields and the Lions next week at Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. So folks, thank y'all for watching episode number 67 of the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise mode here on Madden 23. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you are enjoying the series so far. Again, folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.